All right, I want to give an update on some problems that were experienced again this afternoon. So the Gala Games attempted to reestablish a town star or town farm and grow some crops. And right now I have windmills set up, fuel. I got my petroleum fuel set up. However, uh, the auto sales, it shows out of gas. So what happens? There's a lot of glitches in this right now, and moving forward, I don't know what's going on, but I had to YouTube a few different sites and look up a few different areas onto what's going on. So the sugar is growing, and the water, and the windmills are doing what they're doing. They're making sugar, and everything was going good until I had about 26 fuel left, and then I figured out the coding problem with the script. So as soon as I did that, I loaded it. The sugar cane sold instead of the sugar, and then the fuel sold for some reason automatically, and I was down to like 7 fuel or 1 fuel. So it was a huge glitch in the matrix of this. I don't know what's going on, but I couldn't go back and forth. I stopped it. I shut it down to try to prevent the fuel from being sold. I couldn't cancel it because it went so fast. It literally, as soon as I loaded it, it sold. And the same thing with the sugar cane. It sold the sugar cane without me even freaking being able to stop it, cancel it. I was able to cancel one of the sales. There's a delay in it, supposed to cancel for about 10 seconds delay. So it was able to cancel without any problems with that, but I ran out of fuel a couple times, and right now I had to set up with all the reserve cash that I had. That's why I'm selling sugar, and luckily I was on the route to making fuel. So what happens when you run out of fuel, or you don't have something set up? So this is kind of how it was set up originally for me. I didn't have the water, so luckily I got the water now. So the water pump can be set right off the ocean, and I don't have to worry about building another lake. One thing I would recommend though is not chopping down or taking out all of your water, because I could have created more trees for the lumberjacks to cut down, because they cut down all these within an hour or two, and production kind of slowed down. So I had to reestablish. There's a tree farm there, and there's another tree farm. Where's the other tree farm? There's another tree farm somewhere that I had set up. I don't know where he went. Where'd you go to? Did I forget to put him in? I might have forgot to put him in. Oh, I ran out of cash, so I wasn't able to put him in. Or I forgot, because I was focusing on the, but he's supposed to go down there. Did I put him in the wrong spot? Possibly. I don't know, I was focusing so much on having to get, so what I had set up was, I had 2 oil pumps set up when this event occurred, right? I had no windmills because I figured I can savor the money. I had about 20 some fuel left, and I was gonna get these going. I had my blacktop road being made, being constructed, and I was gonna hold off on these things, and I wouldn't need the water because I was gonna create 100,000 to create the power plants on both sides, and it'd be self-sufficient. And if I could have held off. However, the glitch happened, and it sold all my fuel. I was down to 1 fuel. I don't have to reset and blow up my town as a result, because I got 2 fuel growing right now, and I had to shut down all my windmills. So this is things to think about if you're growing, if you're new to this type of atmosphere. Be careful on the auto sales, because there's been a number of glitches in the last few days, few weeks with it. Whether the slash has to be taken out, whether a word has to be taken out, and they're working on it. However, as soon as I loaded it, the sugarcane tried to sell. I was able to cancel that one, thankfully. Otherwise, I would have been out of gas real soon, and I probably would have had to blow up my town and start over. Um, that would have gave me like 2,000 plus coin or game money. So it looks like I'll be able to salvage this town and continue to move forward. Right now, I'm ranked 344, 3,200, and like I said, I deleted the autosales, the Tamper Monkey. I reinstalled Tamper Monkey extension because I could not understand what was going on. The glitches came out, so whatever the glitches did, they kind of really destroyed a lot, interfered with a lot of functionality. So I understand that they're trying to prevent the weekly gamers, who's ever doing the weekly ones, from stealing and cheating and stuff like that. But it seems like it affected the server as well, and they shut down the servers, and whatever coding they put in, it shut down everything, reset everything. And we are working on getting my fuel back, getting the fuel back. All these windmills, so it doesn't matter for me like how far. Originally, when I first started doing this, I tried to space them out so I could get max capacity. You know, space them out as far as you can get, so it takes 30 seconds or so, 20, 30 seconds. But for him to walk all over the place, he's only temporary until I get my forklift back, forklift operator back, and I don't need energy anymore, so I'll take these all out. So this is how it's going to be set up, just like it was in my first one. The oil pumps over on this side. I may put in a boat because I'm next to the water in the future. I got 6 days left. And once we get the fuel going operational, I can restart these up. You know, I'm almost ready to sell another 10 sugars, and it should, there we go, it auto sales. So that's how it's supposed to work. It should not, I don't have anything in for the gasoline. I don't know why it was selling the gasoline. It just poof, there it was, and it was gone. So I got 10 crude oil, I got 7 petroleum being made. So I can cut down probably to save crude oil. I could probably take one of these pumps out and put in a wind turbine to save loss and save space. Because right now I'm up to 18 out of 40. I think I'll do that after. And you really want to time these out. So 1 second, I'll just do that right now. I'll shut it down and probably take it out. And maybe I'll keep that one in there and wait for the next one. And put the windmills over there. Because it takes, for gasoline, for petroleum, it takes 2 energy to create a petroleum. It takes 6 energy to create gasoline. So it takes a lot of energy, and that's why I want to get my power plants up, so that it takes 3 and 3. I can get 2 of them up, and they'll be self-sustaining. 50,000 to put in a water pump. It has to be on blacktop road, which I forgot. So I have to blacktop those 2 parts, and then put in the power plants. And this should be good to go. And then I can start building more infrastructure for my cake town. And you can see that the buildings are over here, because this is where I'm going to put the housing, over on this side, the far side, away from the water, away from everything else. And then I can build the shops and everything else, and start demolishing some of these trees. Start bringing in some ponds with a few more sails, some waters, so it'll look more like a town and be fully self-functioning again. Probably in a day, less than a day, this will be good to go. A couple days, it'll be good to go. All you need is funds. So as long as you get the funds, I had 100,000. That's where I invested a lot into creating some of this, and I had just enough to create enough fuel to fuel and to create these. I had to shut down. So what I did, I shut down the windmill. So the workers, I got 3 workers up here, and that's usually what I do to get really fast growth in the town. So I'll build a couple of these, three to five of these. The builder houses, and they're sleeping right now. So I thought about, I can take them out, put them back in, but that costs money. It takes time, and then that takes one wood. So what do? I just keep them in there, let them sleep, and then when I have a project like, I had a huge project where I had to shut down the water mills, and these all required wood, and I really was in a time constraints because if they run out of money, then I'm out of luck. So I had to get them operational. So it looks like everything is going good now. The biggest thing is that it was time constraint. I'm not able to leave because it takes a lot of time. So this is where the team and the league kind of come into play, is if you want to take timeouts in the initial setup of it. You have friends, family, and other people taking the time to do the work. And I could probably start this up. So you don't have to do all the work, right? So if you have shifts and you do shift work, it'll work out better. So I can start these all back up. Boom. My water tower is doing really well. Don't forget to use your NFTs if you have them. Because it really saves you. You can take these out, return it, and you can put it somewhere else. Say this guy, water facility, takes 2. He's crafting water, so he got 2 out of 3 because he's next to the pond. But if I put that water tower close enough, he wouldn't need to have any water. However, it's good where it is. It's feeding the sugarcane fields. There's my tree. There's one tree. Where's my other tree? I'm going to look for my tree. I'm supposed to have 2. 2 trees. I had it planned, but I think I accidentally put in the sugarcane field, which is no big deal. No big deal. I'll add another couple ponds, and then we'll see where it goes. So this is an update on the wind powers, the wind turbines. It takes a lot of time for them to grow energy. 6-7 minutes at a time, 8 minutes for some. So it takes a lot of those to create the batteries, Duracell batteries, or whatever batteries you want to call. So 6. That's why I place so much. But at $2,500 a pop, they're pretty cheap, and about 1 wood to put them up. They're pretty cheap to install. So you put up a whole bunch of them in line. So if you space them out like I used to do initially when I first started this, space them all out, it would take the worker a long time to go from point A to point B. This way he's going just in one spot, coming back, dropping it off at his warehouse, and I can turn this guy back on, the water facility, so he can craft some more water, because we're almost out of water drums. And like I said, once these he won't need water drums once I get the other 2 water pumps going. So once those water pumps are going, everything should be good to go. So that's an update real quick. If you're having issues, you might have to look in the coding, take out the last slash, backslash, take out that launch word. Those are 2 things for the auto sales, and it seems to be like a new one, because when I first started this, it was working. Auto sales were working, and then as soon as I got a location and started a different server, it just seemed not to work at all. So if you're having the same problems, just YouTube search, Google search, and trial by fire, message, and keep on trying to figure it out, or just shut it down every day and do the simple thing and come back and make your Gala coin, your town coin, and then restart in the morning. So there's a lot of different variables to this thing. The last thing I usually focus on is the hardball roads, and then I shut them down strategically so it doesn't interrupt operations too drastically. So as you can see, it's going well. 3 fuel, 15 crude oil, and we're backing up on that, which is good for me. As soon as I get that, I can shut that down, and then I get 3 more energy, I'll shut it down. And I think, yeah, the crude oil, I can definitely take this one out when he's done. And then I'll put in another wind turbine, just so that I want to have a lot more wind turbines right now than oil pumps, because they're producing every 2 minutes, a couple minutes, and these take 8 minutes, so it's 1-to-4 ratio about. So anyways, that's an update on this one. Good luck, and hopefully it works out well for you the last 6 days. And there are, let's see how many people there are. Bottom 4,623, and that's pretty much normal for how we start. How this is started, so people are coming back online, and people are understanding what happened, and some people will probably stay off and say F it, forget it. And then the top 10 is 358,000, and the closest ones 89,121, 28,000. So I'm at 336 right now. I'll be up there pretty quick, minus that little hiccup. And that's, a lot of this is all like in real world. Like, what would you do in real world? You can't just restart, shut it down and restart. So sometimes you have to, sometimes you must. But how would you manage your resources if something happened, right? And luckily I had just enough resources. I was down to like $700 dollars, and I had that one cake sale, so I was able to sell and pay my people so they didn't go to sleep. And that's the greatest thing. So till next time, aloha.